My name's Captain Anderson. I'm obviously a sailor, and I am a former ship owner, tanker owner, tugs and barges and whatnot. But I left that business when I began to understand what was happening to the climate. I sold my house, I sold my equipment, I settled down to see if I couldn't do something about it. So let me ask you a question. What would you do if aliens had come to our planet and they were destroying the ecosystem, the climate needed to sustain life on Earth, and they were just going around spraying gas into the air and it was going to eventually kill us? Well, if we knew that and we saw it, we would fight the aliens. We would do something. We wouldn't just sit there and play dead. Well, that's what we're doing. Complacency is a much, much greater fear to me than extreme fanaticism about those people that are running around with like chickens with their head cut off. No. We have to settle down and be reasonable about this. History is difficult to see if you're in the middle of it. And that's especially true if the history happens to be moving very slowly, like climate change. So we're in the middle of it. You know, it's not like it was Pearl Harbor and everybody could get excited. No, it's moving very slowly. But Pearl Harbor was fixed. We refloated the ships, we buried the dead men, and we made new men, and we went on, and everything is fine. We think about it, but that's all we do. It went away. We fixed the problem. We can't do that anymore. Technology is not going to save our ass. We're cooked, so we have to do something. So I'm thinking we should organize ourselves. We are not organized. The internet is a double-edged sword. It allows everybody on Earth to talk to anybody they want to, whenever they want to, free of charge. And that lets people who don't know their ass from a string of suckers to get on the internet and use AI and make themselves sound brilliant and come up with stupid theories. It's like Trump. He's got a list of stupid theories that don't make any sense, and nobody's stopping him from saying it. He's got the bully pulpit. No. We have to do what Gandhi learned. Gandhi learned that if the people will lead, the leaders will follow. Even Trump will follow if we get enough people going in the right direction. And that's what we need to do. So we have to find a way to organize ourselves, and in turn, that will give us power. So I've come up with an organization. My nonprofit is called Earthship Limited, and we have started the Earthship Program. In the Earthship Program, you can read about it, but basically what it's going to do is it's going to tell the public the truth. You can't fight anything until you know what it is. In other words, if you want to create an effective movement about a problem, you have to correctly identify the problem. Climate change was not correctly identified when it was explained to us. The scientists did a great job, a wonderful job, being able to identify that, in fact, the Earth was heating up. That's not easy to tell. And Dr. James Hansen from NASA, he had a lot of data from all around the world and a lot of smart people and a lot of computers, and they were able to tease out a trend line, and lo and behold, he could go to Congress and tell them the planet was warming. That was wonderful. The problem was that he explained it to the U.S. Congress in the wrong way. He explained it in the same terminology he used to discover the problem, which was statistical variations in extreme weather events. Well, Congress understood very little of that, and they did even less. So Jim Hansen then went out into the world, and he kept telling the world all about global warming, and they even changed the name to climate change. So now he's talking about climate change, and he's talking about it in the same way. Well, he's not wrong, obviously. He's a scientist. He's a PhD. He's brilliant. But he just screwed up the problem by making climate change sound difficult. Climate change is all about the carbon cycle, which is very complex, and it's all about atmospheric chemistry, which is even more complex. Both of those things are true, and we're lucky to have the PhD community that figures that stuff out for us. But climate change is not that difficult. It's all about the carbon in the atmosphere. If you put the carbon back in the atmosphere, the carbon that photosynthesis took out and converted to fossil fuels, if you combust those fossil fuels and put the carbon back in the atmosphere, here's an eye-opener for you. The Earth is going to heat up to the same temperature it was before the carbon came out. Oh boy, that was brilliant. So we have to go out and tell the public the truth. Our species is gone. We're not going to make it. No, we're not. I just look at the numbers on the website. The website is earth-ship.org or .com, either one. And there you'll find the hard truth. One of the headings is hard truth. And just read through that. If you could follow that, very simple. It's just common sense. That's all here. The scientists made a mistake by getting us all confused with their jargon. Now, put the carbon back, we're gone. We've already put enough back to kill us, but it will take time for the carbon to diffuse throughout the atmosphere and for the solar energy that's bouncing back into Earth to heat up those molecules so they can heat the Earth. So that's all going to happen. It's done. It's in the cards. There's nothing we can do about it. So we've got to come together as a people. But since the leaders of our world in government, industry, and academia are not prepared to step up and tell you the truth, they may or may not know it. I have not seen anybody thus far that does know it, and I've talked to the scientists and everything else. They're looking at it the wrong way. They can't see the common sense. So if they're not willing to tell us the truth, then somebody's got to step up and tell the world the truth. And I don't think anybody's stupid. I don't think anybody wants to die. I don't think anybody wants to endure a miserable death with a planet too hot to live on. No, I don't think people want to do that. Well, it's in the works, so we have to organize ourselves and live as well as we can for as long as we can. So we have to build a movement, and the movement is the Earthship Program. If you go to the site, Earthship Limited, read whatever you want, contact me if you feel like it, or just sign up. And we can start to build a movement. When we have that movement, we can change the world. I promise you, we can change it in two ways, with our dollars and with our votes. We can get the money out of Congress and make Congress function the way it used to. And you think that's a crazy idea? No, it's not. Go to the website, fixyourcongress.org, and you'll see how we do it. The second thing we can control is we can control our dollars. And if there's 1 million of us from coast to coast, there's 10 million of us, 50 million of us, people don't want to slide into anarchy, violence, and human suffering. They'd rather prevent that. So maybe they'll sign up. And we get a lot of people. We can control the economy with our spending. So that's the only power we have. We need a lot of people, but we have the power to do something. So I'm encouraging you, please. I mean, I'm just the executive director. I won't be here forever. Somebody else will take over after me. This is not about me. This is about the climate and the miserable, rotten extinction that we've got facing us. We have to make the best out of it. So let's get together and do something. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you again.